Several of you have asked about the actual facilities at the Church of the Advent, so rather than sending a bunch of stills, please bear with some bad camera work to give you a sense in terms of what the grounds look like. This is the main door to the church. To the left is a door that goes into the office space where the rector's office, the church office is. In between is the chapel. It is accessible either from the office door as well as entering from the main church. On the far right-hand side of the church, I don't think we can really see it from here, there is a bride's entrance off of the driveway. In addition to being accessible from the stairways inside the building, the Open Door Ministry has its own entrance. This is from the side of the church, most closely to the office door, and again it has its own direct access into the open door. This is the entryway into the church from the door to the left. And then the rector's office is on the left, the parish office is the next door over. This stairway goes up to the second floor, which we'll look at in a moment. The men's restroom is also to the right. The stairs downstairs go to the open door space. From the foyer, if you turn right, this hallway goes down directly into the parish hall. There's office space on the left as well as a lounge. I'm going to go ahead and walk down that space. This is an informal lounge that's used for small Bible studies, little group meetings, that sort of thing. Directly across the hall is our chapel. This is our chapel. It's used for 8 o'clock services, sometimes used for small services like Ash Wednesday when there are multiple services. It's sometimes called the Women's Chapel because all of the windows feature women of the Bible. An interesting point that I hadn't noticed, but until we did the historic tour a while ago, is you'll notice that the lectern in here, the eagle, is a replica of the one that's in the main church. This one just happens to be wood, the other is metal. I'm going to go ahead and give you the view close up to the altar. There are steps up. The altar does attach to the back wall, has stained glass above it. And also to give you the view from here of the chapel. Another interesting fact is that the light fixtures actually are original and had to be electrified as the church gained electricity earlier in last century. As we continue down the hall, on the left-hand side, we have an office that's used by a not-for-profit maintenance, ladies' restroom, stairs that go up to the second floor, and we'll go up there in a moment, as well as down to the open door, and then this is our parish hall. The parish hall gets used for a variety of things, ranging from summer services when it's too hot to be in the sanctuary, which is not air-conditioned. This space is air-conditioned. It's also used for parish gatherings, coffee hour, fellowship. The Stitchery group meets in here during the week as well. So it's a very nice space with a full kitchen. The third floor has a number of offices available. I'm not sure how many of them are currently in use. Closets for storage, as well as a room that I think at one time probably served as a choir room, as well as additional classrooms. There's also a nursery up here. Sunday school classes take place up here when not taking place in the chapel. As I was going to head downstairs, I realized there's another interesting feature that I don't think most parishes have anymore. As you notice, we actually have a walk-in full-size safe. Again, I'll be honest, I'm not sure exactly what it's used for, but it's an interesting feature to the building. Entering the church from the main doors, you come in, and then there's doorways that connect through the church. You go to the right, There's the baptismal font, as well as there's stained glass all the way around the back. And as I mentioned earlier, there is a bride's entrance. It's over there. And then from here, go ahead and walk up the main aisle. There's side aisles with stained glass on both sides, 2 main aisles, as well as, again, side aisles. Up high, you have stained glass windows. You can see the windows. Pipe organs to the right. The lectern with the eagle that matches the one in the chapel that I mentioned earlier, as well as pulpit on the left. We have a piano in addition to the organ. It's used for different music selections. Moving forward a little closer to the altar, just a pause to kind of show you what some of the woodwork looks like. Detailed carvings. Much of it includes names of prominent Cincinnatians, as this is a very old church. Got choir on the right-hand side. Again, sorry for the swirling around. Organ on the left. Couple more steps up to the altar area with a rail that goes across needlepoint millers that extend across. Originally, the altar was actually attached to the back wall. A number of years ago, it was moved out so that the priest could actually walk behind it. Thought it might be interesting to give you a pulpit view of the church. Wanted to highlight a couple windows because we do actually have Tiffany windows. Here's one of them. Here's another Tiffany window, which makes this one actually the most interesting, as it is signed by Mr. Tiffany himself. This is the open door. It's wide open space right now, normally full of tables. And there's office space to the back as well as an industrial kitchen. I'll throw in a quick look around the rector's office. In case you think that there's a giant TV in there, in fact, it's been adapted to hold vestments.